Can people hear me? Because I was just told that this apparently was not working for some reason. Okay. One confirmation is good enough. This is just going to be a stream. This is going to be... No. Last day to be bored means this is the last day that I'll have nothing basically to do. Because come tomorrow, that's when life starts to really start picking up of being a storyboard artist over at Death Battle. Making it so that pretty much every single day from this point on, it's just going to be me doing something productive. Which is different from my day and age, I gotta say. So, I'm probably still gonna be doing a live stream tomorrow. Talking about Sasuke vs. Hiei as like a specific stream for people who are interested in that. I'm only expecting maybe 3 people to show up to that at most. But when it comes to this, I just want to have a standard talking stream for the people who just likes to hear the sound of my voice and wants to talk to me on a hey, you're a guy, we're people, let's just talk kind of level. Hello, Megastar Wars fan. So right now, because I'm also trying to get Goat and Tyler back here. Hope Death Battle makes the damn versus battle. Trust me, while I'm there, I'm gonna do my damnedest to get as many people that I want in a Death Battle as possible. You know how there are certain battles where the where the people in Death Battle themselves are like, let's do this battle. That's gonna be my thing. And here's the thing. I'm afraid, because one of the first things I wanted to do was to have post a video having the battle and my boards right next to it. To show what the animators interpreted from my boards and how they did the animations from my boards. But I'm afraid, because again, I'm working with Rooster Teeth. I don't know. I'm not well versed in the matter of corporate, so I'm afraid if I do that, I might be breaking some sort of policy I just didn't read. And so I'm gonna wait until I get permission. I'm gonna talk to my managers and stuff like that, saying if that's okay for me to do. If it is, then I would love to do that for every new battle that I worked on to show, hey, these are my boards. This is what the animators did with it. And props to the animators. I am really impressed how they took my boards and made it move so fluidly like that. So major props to them accordingly. And you guys should know, I'm the type of guy who takes all the praise, takes any praise that's given toward him and tries to throw it at anyone else who deserves it. I storyboard a fight myself. How the process works, and I'm pretty sure it's okay for me to say it like this, is that I get a script, and that script says, for example, the script says Sasuke and Hiei have a little bit of a back and forth with sword clashes. It's my job as a storyboard artist to come up with what the choreography is going to be like in a sense. So my mindset's like, okay, Sasuke's going to come in, Hiei parries, and with that parry, Sasuke does this little weird Beyblade thing to go to the other side of him, and then they continue to clash. And then there's a wide shot of them clashing swords over and over and over again, and then things just went off from there of what my mind believes what this sword clash should be like. And the animators threw in an extra bit of couple of sword slashes themselves. But one of my favorite things that I was able to do, in the fight, was have Sasuke use his Rinnegan in a battle-oriented sense, because in the script he didn't really do that. So I'm happy I was able to even put in my own personal, hey, I think Sasuke would be able to do this if the fight was actually going his way kind of thing. So it even shows I have some creative liberties and not just have to follow the script verbatim. So that's great. Also, the animators can do the exact same thing according to my boards. When Hiei goes into the Genjutsu, they added a spin effect to it, and I really like that. I like how they really made it look like it's interesting to look at. That's what makes it cool. Sorry, I missed a bunch of comments there on me going on a little tirade. Right now, when it comes to animation, I've only done a few animation bits on an upcoming fight later down the line. I can't say which that is, but of course I'll be able to tell you once it's out. and that I worked on. And plus, you'll be able to see me just unlike most people. Trust me, I didn't do this most often, but now that you know me, I say pay attention to the credits to know what I am involved with, because now I actually am doing some 2D animated stuff in some fights. And what makes it great, what makes being on YouTube so great, and I don't know, I'm gonna plan on asking them how does Death Battle actually feel about reaction videos and stuff like that, because I love going online and looking at people react to the episode and react to the animation and see how they liked it. My favorite one was the person really liking the Sasuke teleport sword thing, and it was like, hey, that's a personal thing that I threw in. I'm happy you really like that. It wouldn't exist. It literally would not exist if I didn't think about him doing that. So it's like those are one of the moments where you're like, yay, I'm doing my job and people are liking it. The only thing people aren't liking is the result, and I'm completely okay with that. Funny story is when I came in and they're like, okay, this is the first thing you have the board. And it's like, oh, cool, Sasuke versus Hiei. Oh, I like both these guys. I love Yu Yu Hakusho and all that. And then they're like, Sasuke loses. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? How's my comic going? It's going pretty okay. How I work really is that I work on motivation through others, you could say. If other people are reading my comic, it gives me more incentivization to continue doing it. But since now I'm unable to upload new pages for people to continue reading, it's hard for me to get back into it, because now I'm just doing it for myself and I like doing it for others. That's like my main driving motivation for whenever I do art. As long as I know someone, friend, family member, is going to be able to see it after I get done with it, that's what makes me want to continue doing more. But now that I don't have a scanner, I kind of lost like interest in continuing on the comic unless I get my own scanner so I can continue doing it like that. So right now it's going great. There's a few pages I wasn't able to really upload, so I still got like maybe 15 new pages that isn't online right now. But sooner or later I'll be able to do it. After the whole Steven Universe movie. Actually, welcome. I got over apparently almost 2,000 new subscribers from that movie alone. I am still very grateful. Why is this the last day be bored? Because come tomorrow, that's when I start my actual career as a storyboard artist over at Death Battle. Every day from Monday through Friday is going to be a day where I'm just going to be doing something. Tomorrow being Saturday will be the day that me, Josh, and Tyler are going to probably do something. Sunday is going to be D&D day, along with some other stuff that I got to do on that Sunday. And then Monday, new orientation and new life as a storyboard artist for the upcoming months, it seems. I have no clue exactly how long I'm going to be staying there, but I'm going to revel in it as much as possible. But this is the last day I can be bored, basically. Hello, Isaac. I knew for a fact that you added that thing for Sasuke. In the script, it's like in the script it said that Sasuke trips up Hiei and then he does a Chidori to cut off the sword. And I'm like, and then I read through the script and I only saw that he uses his Rinnegan to teleport away from the Dragon of Darkness flame with the Shattered Blade. So I'm like, I think Sasuke would use his eye more in combat. So I went up to Ben. I was like, hey, would it be cool if I just have him kick Hiei away, throw his sword, then charge up the Chidori, then use his eye to switch its place with the blade, and with Hiei trying to quickly react to the sword coming to him, he'd try to block it, and then he gets switched with Sasuke, and then boom. And then he's like, that's dope. Do that. And I'm like, yay, interacting with the actual script and showing that I myself know a thing or two about choreography. Plus, I love Sasuke and Hiei, so it's not like I don't know what these characters are like and what they'd probably do in a fight. So I was really happy I could actually throw my own hat in the ring there. Ben 10 Death Battle. Yes, I did watch the Ben 10 Death Battle, and I believe a lot of people in DB themselves had a little bit of problem with it. They kind of regret the fact that they had to kill him with the shoe kind of thing, which is why Ben put so much time in his script work for Sasuke vs. Hiei. He really wanted to represent Sasuke and Hiei as good as they possibly could, and that's why I admire about that. Of course, you have to just take my word for it. I mean, I work for Death Battle, so good things come from my mouth sometimes. But just understand that they do their best, and sometimes their best can't appeal to the wide audience. But according to the like and dislike ratio, it's not as bad as, let's say, like Goku vs Superman, or let's say even Toph versus Gaara. So they try. I was like trying my best. I'm not gonna lie. I tried my best to have Sasuke win. And it's not because I'm quote-unquote biased. In fact, I love Hiei way more than Sasuke because I find him to be a better character. But I honestly thought that he actually had way more power output than what they were implying. But after I talked to some of the researchers, I couldn't really talk them down on what they got. I'm like, okay, you found out this, and I'm one guy, you're 13 people. I guess I can't really fight that very much, and I don't want to push my boundaries. I am just an intern. I don't want to throw everything at a person when I'm probably wrong. But I'm happy I was able to throw in some things. Another thing I added was Sasuke. If you notice in the final clash with the Hiei, Sasuke does the Onyx Chidori, or the Black Chidori with the black electrical, the black electricity. In the script, it was just supposed to be a standard Chidori blade. And some of the animators wanted to make it purple with the purple lightning that he does in the novel in there. But I was under the impression that the Black Chidori was like one of his most powerful variants, and also it's like one of the most iconic things of Sasuke. Whenever he's about to do a final clash or something, it's always a Chidori with something black with it. And like Naruto or Sasuke with the Black Chidori, but that was like incorporating the curse mark. But now when he does the Black Chidori, which is now the Onyx Chidori, it's his Indra chakra being infused with it. So I thought that was like a more appropriate final clash type of attack that he should use against Hiei. And I'm happy that I was able to actually throw that in too. I didn't expect him to actually do it. Ben was like, wait, he has that? It was like, we can do that. It's like, oh, sweet. Love the art and animation. Gotta give props to the 2D animators who actually took it. What made it even like more like whoa is that if you take my boards and you take the 2D animated segments, you can see that he really like, I'm not gonna say it sounds wrong to say he traced over. He took that as reference to how he was going to make it look better. He took what I did with the Susanoo and made it look a hell of a lot better and made it move. And it's phenomenal. He even the part where the dragon bursts out from the trees and starts to swivel its way over to the Susanoo is 1-to-1 how I did it in the boards, and he just made it flow so naturally. The 2D animator is goddamn amazing in that. So good on him on that end. And there was even some portions of my boards that I didn't actually expect him to do 2D wise, like the moment where Hiei is saying that I'm the power of fire and ash incarnate. I didn't actually expect him to make it a 2D thing with the fire and all. I was like, ooh, that's neat. Because going into this, I thought pretty much everything was going to be sprites until we got to the Dragon of Darkness Flame and Susanoo, since there are many sprites of those things. Hiei Shadow Hedgehog. Have you read the MLP comics? Yeah. If they would be canon. I'm not sure. The MLP series finale is going to be sort of a 3-parter in October 12th, episode 24, episode 25, and 2-parter episode 26, just a standalone series finale. Welcome. So, about whatever. I think so. I stopped watching Death Battle for the outcome because I kept getting disappointed. God damn it, I am trash. I'm not even down there yet. No. Fight scenes. I'm happy for that because that's one of the main reasons why I watched Death Battle as well, and I'm pretty sure people remember my reactions to Death Battle in general. Is that I said time and time again that the outcome doesn't really matter, considering that these are two fictional characters that mean absolutely nothing in the long run. So anyone who actually tries to downgrade their humanity as people, saying that, oh, they're biased, oh, they're doing this to get a rise out of people, is really missing the point of just having fun and missing the actual point of the battle itself and how much time and effort that actually goes into that. I get it. When the outcome is quote-unquote not to your liking and you believe this character should win for these reasons, I get how that can spoil the entire thing. I mean, I hate the Mass Effect 3 ending just for that particular purpose. But it discredited it. But from far as I know, from all the reactions I got to see, they love the animation. They just are not too keen on the outcome, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Because they have their reasons to not like the outcome. I have my reasons not to like the outcome. I'm going to just throw that out there. It's not like the outcome. But I love the animation. I love the rundown of how they even put science and statistics into these things. And I love the Whiz and Boomsticks cut-in segments because those actually take a lot of effort and from very talented people as well. That even put their own spin on some of the boards they have to go through. So I just appreciate the product as a whole. And that's about it. You're not going to ruin my day because I believe Sasuke should have beat Hiei. And I did nothing wrong. Ha! Yeah, right. So, you are aware it says you have live stream plans as well as this one, right? Yes. Yes, I do. Like I said, I'm doing this because I'm bored. And this is my last day to be bored. But I'm planning a live stream later down the line as well. Probably in Saturday, but it's also probably because I pushed a button and it kind of just did a bunch of things. And I don't know what the hell it did. She's a damaged child. Yeah, a very damaged child. Almost to the bottom again. Awesome Friday. I've never. That Spider-Man is back in the MCU. Disney and Sony have reached a deal. Really? Sweet. Okay, good. Because I saw that in a footnote on my phone. I'm like, I think it's probably someone reaching because they really want Spider-Man back. But I'm happy to know it's legit. And I'm happy because I still haven't got to see Far From Home. So no spoilers from that. I'm waiting until that comes on DVD so I can watch it over here. Because I just have no time to go to the movie theaters anymore. So I'm happy to know that our Spider-Man is sticking around. Corporations, it takes a lot, but they can come to a consensus. I'll watch it for the first. It is trash. I can't stop you from thinking that it's trash. I think what's that? Cartoon Fight Club was trash for a while until I actually just started to really watch it for what it was, and I'm just like they highball a bunch of things, but it's still people doing their best to make a pretty entertaining show, so I can't knock them for that. Oh, why won't you talk about stuff like your job or you just want to listen all day? Because I'm passionate. I love art. I love animating. I love anime. I love games. So whenever I'm able to do something to contribute to expanding upon that, I can't help but love to talk about it. And I guess it's because of that enthusiasm that I spew. You like to hear that because a person is actually passionate about something. That's the best thing I can come up with. Not many people like Death Battle, but they make good matches. At least when it comes to the matches, they actually put in thought in what people would actually like to see. Like certain matches, it's like Dio versus Hit. I remember seeing that once. I'm like, are you serious? Hit, a guy who can contend with Super Saiyan Kaioken Blue Goku, versus a guy who can who can grab a steamroller and hit it on you. Do you really think Dio has a chance? And then after I got through watching said video, they said that, yeah, the outcome of Hit winning this fight was obvious. But sometimes we just like to make things that are fun. It was like, whoa! Mind blown. You're making a product just to have fun? Man, it's almost as if you just want to enjoy your job. So, yeah, I like how Death Battle also tries to do their best to come up with matches because because I had my fair share of complaints. I think the most recent one was the Roshi versus Jiraiya thing. And every time I said, why'd you do this matchup? Because I already know automatically Roshi's going to win. You got a guy who can bust the moon versus a guy who can barely carve out a mountain. And you think that the other guy's going to win. How? But again, they do it for fun, and also they do it because many people request it. So I can't stop them from wanting to appease the masses to a fight that may or may not be obviously won by a certain thing. And as long as they're having fun, I really can't stop them from doing anything, can I? A lot of questionable and useless trivia. The animation is a joke, and the winner is often disappointing. I have to solemnly disagree most of the time, because when people say that Death Battle is both biased, don't do their research, do this, do that, I wanted to test that myself. Really, the animations and stuff is always subjective, so I can't really, again, stop you from saying you can't like those things. But I'm gonna bring up something here. My opinion on every Death Battle. I took every single Death Battle and took all the ones and see if I agreed or disagreed with the outcome depending on the research that was given and the overall thing. And this, of course, is my personal opinion. of things, but when I go down the list, I agree with almost every single thing out of 115 to 16 episodes. I only disagree and am conflicted with a grand total of 5 to 6 videos all throughout this 9 years they've been on YouTube. And one of those disagrees is Sasuke versus Hiei. So out of 115 videos, I disagree with only 6 and conflicted with maybe like 2 of them in forms. So I don't see how that proves that Death Battle has a majority of battles of them being disappointing when most of them actually do come out to be legitimate endings to what they're. Even Seth the Programmer made a video saying that yes, Superman would beat Goku because Superman has way better feats than Goku has even currently. He made it in a recent video, and he's like the primary guy to try to quote unquote debunk all the videos that they did. The only thing that he has a problem with in Death Battle is that sometimes they get their research a lot of wonky. Like the outcome is right, but how they got to the outcome is incorrect, and I can't knock him for that. Sometimes people make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes can really dampen the overall enjoyment level of a research-based show. So I understand that completely. I cannot fault that whatsoever. But when I go down the list, yes, there are times where you can say, man, I really wish they would have thought a little bit more about something. But 6 out of 115 doesn't seem like bias being wrong most of the time and having disappointing thing. Again, when it comes to animation, the rundowns and stuff like that, I can't stop you from saying you hate those things. Perfectly fine. I can't stop you. And of course, everyone on the other list could be completely different. Maybe all of my agrees or disagrees for a person, thus making my entire thing moot in their eyes. One big problem with Death Battle for me is that the fight's choreography, but with you on the team, it won't be a problem anymore. Hopefully, now I have a lot more. Hopefully, now I have a lot more. A lot more pressure on my shoulders. According to the DB team on a certain battle that I boarded, they're really excited to get into it. So when that comes out, I'll definitely tell you about it. John versus the 13 Secrets of Researchers of Death Battle. It definitely was kind of like that. When I brought up my grievances of thinking Sasuke should have been the one to win, the first thing that came up was that you don't know how many times, like, apparently, you know how many, like, one of the animators, like, turned to me with his, like, 1,000-yard stare, saying, you don't know how many times we got research wrong and had to double back on an animation. It does happen to make, you know, crunch time, right? Crunch time is bad. And when you find something that proves that you're wrong, and you realize that the animation now needs to be changed completely because of this now newfound information that you were wrong this entire time, oh my god, that's so stressful. And I can understand that completely. And it's like, oh wow. Oh man, if I am right, I hope I am right, because I don't want to put you... It's like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie thing. When people... despite not liking the design, and they damn well should be ashamed of themselves with that design of Sonic, it still took them hours upon days, upon weeks, upon months to get every single shot down with that design and with the animation and stuff like that, because 3D animation is you know, time consuming and stuff like that. And now these people have to take every single scene and take this model, remake it from the ground up almost, and make it so that it appeals to people because they didn't like the first design. And luckily, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie gets delayed, so those animators don't have to go through crunch, so those animators can have more time to do that. So that's a good thing. But for Death Battle, they have a 3-week schedule of a new battle every single time. You can't just say, well, we got this information wrong, and because one guy who knows the show way more than us came in and showed us that we're incorrect. There's like 5 days left, and it took us 3 weeks to maybe even months to get this animation done, and now we have to change pretty much the entire thing in 5 days. I don't want to do that to anyone, and I think it'll be better just to have that be a thing, have the masses not like it for that, other than trying to put people through backbreaking labor, which would probably no pay, because, you know, I don't know how companies work when it comes to overtime. So yeah, if I had to choose between a fictional character dying because of some faulty research that they couldn't get in time, and putting a bunch of people into hard work backbreaking labor doing 2D and 3D animations for said fictional characters, I'd probably go with the former. Are you gonna watch Ben 10? Like, are you talking about the rebooted series? Ben 10 Death Battle made 4chan hell for weeks. I didn't expect it to still be so popular. Oh, you'd be surprised, man. Ben is a lot of people's childhood, so I do not blame a single person saying that Ben shouldn't have lost in that. And actually in my list, in my list here, I actually do have, I disagree with the outcome of Ben versus Hal. Because I believe it's mainly because they got the Schroeder Bro effect wrong. Ben does know about the Schroeder Bro effect in their rundown, saying that he doesn't know anything about it or shouldn't know about it even if someone does the time space thing. And Alien X had a lot more power than I believe they gave it up to. Plus a scenario of him turning into Brainstorm, looking at how, noticing that the ring is electronic based and then probably turning it to like upgrade to take over it is definitely a possibility, and I don't see how it wouldn't happen most of the time. Because Ben is actually a hell of a lot smarter than a lot of people give him credit for. The dude has photographic memory. I bet you guys don't remember that, do you? So, I get certain people. Trust me, I understand all the time when it comes to the criticisms. But I always love the amount of effort and work that gets put in anyway. You know, like that's the main thing. When working with these people, I'm working with people who actually have a great passion into what they do, and that's the whole thing about me being actually in the walls of Death Battle and people who are outside looking in. And I used to be one of those guys outside looking in, judging in a certain extent. And of course, I can't just explain all the things I've said. Plus, you have the people who say, since I'm working for them, I have nothing but good things to say because I want to keep my job. But in actuality, the funny thing is, I'm not. The other thing is, I'm not hyping up anything. I'm honestly just explaining all the stuff that I went through during my internship and all the kind people that just supported me. Every single time they say these boards were great, I couldn't believe them until they actually just followed them to the letter and was like, apparently they were that good. Thanks, Captain Falcon Racer. And now I am trash. Finally reached yours. I wonder how many people. Oh man, it's one. Oh man, you know it's a good "Do you want to be a universe" stream when I am so far away from the beginning of the chat. Yeah, tomorrow. Wish me luck. Good luck, Jet. So I can say whatever I want. Yeah, Soulbound. You can say whatever you want about Sasuke versus Hiei. Original Ben 10 was awesome, but I'm going against Green Lantern. I kind of knew he was going to lose. I may be busy, but I streaming. Good stream. Hopefully so. Hopefully it continues on being a good stream. I just want things to be as common as possible. I just explaining my my role and doing what I do. Do you get to suggest any matchups for them? Everyone in Death Battle has like this little tab where they can be like, hey, what are your pitches for Death Battle 2020 or Death Battle 2021 or Death Battle whatever? And so we just throw our hat in the ring. I've suggested a few and got some good likes on a couple of them. And some of them are things they've been thinking about doing for a long time. I'm not going to say them just in case if they do come out and it's like me going against a disclosure agreement since it's apparently coming out next year or whatever. So yes, they're just like how they go through the forum that is in the description of every Death Battle, they go through our suggestions as well to see what we're going to do. And I threw in some good ones. I even have Dan in there somewhere. So I'm playing Darkest Dungeon. Oh. Senator All Might versus Senator Armstrong. It says the other live stream was supposed to start at 6:14 tonight. I have no clue what this thing is talking about, and I don't know because to be frank, I pushed a button and it was like, hey, this is the new beta space for live streams. I'm like, I didn't want this. And apparently it scheduled a live stream, so I'll see if I can stop that some way. Oh yeah, I did see that. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is getting Neo's DLC. I'm happy for that, but I love myself some Neo, and plus her Astral finish is actually pretty awesome. She just beats the crap out of you, and then casually walks up to you and stabs you in the face, and like, I'm like, that's a pretty dope Astral finisher. But out of everyone I would have wanted, someone from Team Juniper, let's say John would have been better for me. But Neo, again, not bad. I like her moveset. It's pretty cool. I'm happy Neo got some love. But I understand that in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, the Ruby characters are all brand new created sprites, and those takes a lot of time and a lot of money to make, unlike these sprites that were just reused from previous games in the Blaze Blue Chronicles and stuff like that. So I get why we're not getting as many Ruby characters, but out of all the universes that need more backing, it's the Rubyverse. Give them Team Juniper, and you're good. Aladdin versus Jack Sparrow, a battle of Diamond and Ruff versus the pirate I've ever, the best pirate I've ever seen. Adia would win. Derpy versus you, what would happen? I think it'll be a tie because neither of us would want to hurt each other. Raiden versus Samurai Jack. I would like to see Samurai Jack come back. Raiden versus which 5 videos? Oh, you want to know? Okay, let's see. Let me go all the way up. Let me see if I can just instantly find these because, you know, chat. I disagree with Kratos versus Spawn. Kratos versus Spawn, mainly because Kratos is shown to be able to beat Kronos, who created an entire time space, which is powerful AF. Zelda versus Peach, because they gave Peach an ability in a soccer game that means absolutely nothing. I believe that soccer kick thing is an outlier, and Zelda is way smarter and way more versatile with her light arrows to be able to beat Peach. So I disagree with that one. I disagreed with Link versus Cloud because I forget if they composited Link at the time because their rules were a little arbitrary at the beginning there. But even I think composite Link will have a hard time beating an actual 100% with Ultimate Weapon Cloud, which should be the Cloud they should have used with the Ultimate Weapon because they were using weapons, armor, and skill with their most powerful abilities. Ultimate Weapon Cloud destroys Link, in my opinion. Going down. Neutral, agreed, neutral. Conflicted. I'm conflicted with Gara versus Toph because as much as I like to say that Gara actually had a better chance of beating Toph, I can't necessarily say that Toph doesn't have any ways of beating Gara as well. So there's that. It's conflicted, not disagreed. I'm back and forth in that. I'm conflicted with Yang versus Tifa because just the same thing with Cloud. I think they kind of downgraded their power a little bit due to certain circumstances of gameplay mechanics. Agree to neutral. Disagree with Tracer versus Scout. Throughout the entire rundown, they really emphasize that Scout is faster than Tracer, and he actually is faster than Tracer, and his shotgun skills, along with some of the things that they could have used for his arsenal, really could have gave Scout the better edge on Tracer, even with her time manipulating abilities to rewind herself. And whatnot. This could be a conflicted one because I do think Tracer does have chances to turn out a win, but I think the Scout had way more versatile skills that they just didn't use in the fight that will actually give them the victory. Conflicted against Hulk versus Doomsday. As much as I like Hulk, and I know how Doomsday can't really be killed by brute force again, Hulk has done some crazy things fighting a guy where the universe got destroyed. It's pretty impressive. Neutral, agreed, neutral, agreed. Conflicted against the new Mario versus Sonic, for obvious reasons. Agreed, neutral. Disagreed with Ben 10 versus Green Lantern, and disagreed with Sasuke versus Hiei. But every other match is either I'm neutral to it because I don't know both series to begin with, so I'm perfectly fine with having either of them win or lose. And the agreed ones is clearly, yes, Goku can never beat Superman. I don't care what anyone says. If you take every single version of Superman and every single version of Goku, you will always get more Superman to beat all the Gokus. So in the end, in the long run, the final verdict is Superman wins. Sorry to all Goku fans. I love myself some Goku, but Superman is too broken. And Death Battle is a series where you put two fictional characters together from particular mediums and have them try to kill each other. If they do not like to kill, we take away that morality to then just have them have a good fight. I agree with Goku vs. Superman. I agree with like a lot of different other things. especially current Superman nowadays. People are like, okay, what about fusion? Why can't we have like Gogeta or Vegito fight Superman? So if we allow fusion for Gogeta and Vegito, then we have to allow fusion for Superman. And so we have Superman fuse with Ultraman, and they become the Thought Robot and destroy everything because I don't know if you know about Cosmic Armor Superman, but Superman Prime 1 Million, that guy that gets wanked heavily by people. He actually the Thought Robot actually lives up to the hype. And actually does. He's so powerful, he understands the difference between the time-space between the comic realm and the real realm. That's some powerful-ish, gotta say. Post-Crisis Superman does kick Goku's ass, but different in the future. It definitely, again, I'm not saying it's impossible for Goku to come up with some power up out of his butt to then come up against Superman, but he has to go up against a guy who is near omniversal. So... He's barely getting out of the multi-universal range, and that is multi-universal in a scale of like 12 universes. I need to scrap the Superman movie altogether and just do a 2D animation Sonic movie. That's what everyone... I believe they should do that too. Really. I mean, even though Illumination's doing the animation to the Mario movie, at least it's actually being a 3D animated movie, unlike... certain people who think live action is the way to go for some reason. I don't like the plot of the upcoming Sonic movie. I don't like the plot either. I don't think anyone should actually like the plot. But here's the thing. Is the plot better than Sonic 06? That's the real question. Yeah, he beat... He fought Vegeta and lost, and he fought Mewtwo and lost. So, finding someone he can fight again... Though, I really don't like bringing in people multiple times. I think 2 should be the limit, and I don't want everyone to be a Batman. Oh, what did I miss? Not much. Just me gushing about my job and loving everything about it. And also expressing a few criticisms, but understanding that it's how things go. If I ever disagree with Sonic versus Mario 1, yeah, I really feel they lowball his feats and abilities. Same here. That's why I'm conflicted and just kind of disagree, because I agreed with the first time when Sonic fought Mario the first battle and he won. I'm like, I agree with that. His natural speed and actual instinct itself should give him the edge over Mario sooner or later, just towering him out and bringing in a perfect blow. But in this case, it's like they really I'm not gonna say they overplayed certain things that Mario did and downplayed certain Sonic things, but it's definitely in the ballpark of those things. Plus, it was a 2D animated fight, so I can't really knock it for that. I love the battle. Messed up. Brainstorm green debacle. Ben is pretty strong for a human too. Yeah, tell me about it. Cool guy, universe. Thanks. I do my best. Mom and Dad say that I'm one of the most humble kids they were able to meet in their life, and that says a lot because they only have like a bunch of other sisters. Kingdom Hearts Remind? Yeah. When it comes out, eventually I'll play it. I watched your Steven Universe, the movie reaction, like 3 times. I'm happy you liked it that much. I'm happy I was entertaining and the movie is entertaining enough in of itself. Again, can't believe that's now one of my most popular videos on my channel. Like, I did not expect it. I expected maybe to get, like, 14,000, maybe even 15,000, and at most 50,000 as, like, a highball estimate of the Steven Universe fandom and how they like to look at reactions and stuff like that of other people, and also trying to see if they can get to see the movie as well. But going up that high, yeah, definitely surprised. Check it out. It's a Ben 10 toy. It says different things according to what your brain thinks, and that's okay. And do Cyborg Bigfoot versus Zombie T-Rex. Cyborg is that one of those, like, I forgot. Is those rap battle things? I forget who makes those. Like the Hampire versus Zombie. I think that's the one I remember. I think that's another one that they did. If that's so, then I don't think I could do that. That's already a rap battle. It's already pretty much on this thing. Live action Ben 10 series coming out soon. Oh, that. No, I'm not going to watch that. I've already been destroyed with Ben 10 enough. I don't need to see another live action thing. Death Battle, Rainbow Dash versus Sonic. I would love to bring Rainbow Dash back. Yeah, YouTube betas does suck. I hate them. I hate them with a burning passion. They mess me up all the time. One bite from Zombie T-Rex and Cyborg Bigfoot is done. his nimble, but not fast enough to avoid it. I can buy that. I really wish that Toriko in Death Battle one day. Toriko? Oh yeah, I want Toriko in there. I want Luffy to come in because we got Ichigo, we got Naruto, Goku obviously. So we need to find someone for we got to find someone for my boy Luffy. Luffy needs someone to fight before he gets way too strong to fight anyone. I know, I think, I forget if it was a DBX or a 1 Minute Melee where you fought Mr. Fantastic, and I'm like, no, just because they're stretchy boys, it's not giving them the ability to fight one another. Not to mention, I think Mr. Fantastic actually doesn't have a chance to beat our Luffy boys, so we need to find another person for Luffy. Maybe even Toriko. Maybe Toriko versus Luffy. Hell, they had a cross with each other with Dragon Ball. I don't see why not. Rapping Dogtown Hammer versus the rapping. I'm happy that these death battles you're giving are mostly like joke battles, so I know I can like do my own jokes with it, and knowing I'm not breaking any disclosure agreements. Oh, what about Cloud versus Guts? You'd be surprised how many times that has crossed my mind sometimes, but you don't know how many times I just am under the impression that I'm a little biased on both ends and want them both to win. Yeah, I believe they don't even agree with that anymore. So if we ever do something like how they did with Samus Aran versus Boba Fett, instead of a remaster and we do like a rematch like actually Sonic versus Mario, I would love that to be another one. I want that to be another a rematch to showcase that yes, Cloud is way stronger than the original. And then originally thought, especially with the new Final Fantasy VII remake. Heck, 'tis the season. Let's do something around that. Been done. Boss shield, meaning no stun, no knockback, and the shield applies to current health. Yeah, I'm conflicted with Tracer versus Scout because I played a lot of team. Actually, no, I haven't. I've watched people play a lot of Team Fortress 2 back in the day. I've watched a lot of people play Team Fortress 2 back in the day. And I've seen the lore, I've seen the animations, I've seen like certain events where they can use magic. I've seen certain events where the actual like that's why I'm conflicted, because of like from what I'm able to see from these people who are talking about Scout and know more about Scout than I do, I just can't help but say that yeah, I think he should probably take the win more often than Tracer. But I'm not saying that Tracer can't beat Scouts at all. One of the things about Tracer that really wasn't really brought up was the fact that her chest / conductor thing that keeps her together in reality due to time space and stuff like that is a huge glaring weak point that I believe anyone with a brain could figure out that they just need to take. And guess what? In the Doomfist animation, what did he do? He just stood there tanking her attacks, and then as soon as she got in close, he just literally yanked that thing off, and she's about to disappear from existence. So I'm like, Tracer's strong, but that thing on her chest is definitely something that people will be like, I think I should aim for that, right? And Scout is really OP, from what I was able to see. If you should pick a death battle for a Sonic character that hasn't had one yet, which one would it be? Probably Silver the Hedgehog versus what's his face? Silver the Hedgehog versus Fubuki? Even though I think Fubuki would lose, because her biggest feat is to be able to summon a windstorm, while Silver can take in a giant ball of trash, cars, and buildings, it seems, and chuck it at Sonic, which is way better than what Fubuki has showcased. But I need to find another Esper. There's a guy named Just a Robot who made a matchup. Yep, I follow him. I did, and I agree 100%. He did a great job. As soon as I heard that he was doing it, like a month ago, when I've been following Just a Robot for a long time. I've seen his political stuff. I've seen his stuff like that. I really like hearing his voice. He has some really good points, and he's a pretty cool dude to have on background as background noise. And when he did the All versus Superman, All versus Goku, I'm like, yes, this is the proper thing to do. This is the proper thing to do because people are like, okay, there's this Superman versus this Goku. This Goku can pretty much destroy Smallville Superman, of course. But what about the Superman that are way above all that? Strange Visitor Superman, all this other stuff. So having every single version of Superman, in the long run, if the final Goku can beat all the other Supermen, then Goku wins. If the final Superman can beat all versions of Goku, Superman wins. The concept of Superman and the concept of Goku fighting it out like that, Superman wins. Sorry, everyone. Garnet versus Hulk. Garnet's strong, but Hulk fought a guy and destroyed a universe. I need to emphasize that. If it was MCU Hulk, yes. MCU Hulk actually... That's the thing about Death Battle that I'm kind of just like so conflicted with. There are so many matchups, and this gets brought up in conversation sometimes. There are so many matchups that we come up with, but we just can't do because it's like thematically it makes sense, but clearly we can't do it. I think one of my suggestions was Pikachu with Ash versus Zatch Bell and what's his face who has Zatch with him. It was like you have Ash and you have this guy. They both command a small lightning user. Boom. Thematic element right there. But then you get into the fact that in Zatch Bell, he can apparently blow up a mountain. So it's like, or was it a moon? Either or, way bigger than what Pikachu has showcased. Like, a wanking Pikachu is like island level. Wanking Pikachu is like island level. So, yeah, I can't really say. And you really want to wank Pikachu. He's apparently continental. Apparently, but yeah. So that's the whole thing when it comes to like thing. If certain battles like Hulk versus Garnet, two strong people going up against each other with brute force. But since we have to take the most powerful version of Hulk, Hulk wins. But if we could use MCU Hulk, things will be better. How would you write Saitama in a death battle and you fight him? I think we pitched around like anything revolving around Saitama. I think my only suggestion that I didn't say to them, this would be the first time anyone's hearing it, was that most of the time when it comes to death battle, it's supposed to show like how great animators are. You know how Hans Dojo has these compilations of a lot of different animators coming down and beating up something, and it's just supposed to showcase their skills as good as animating as they are. And since Saitama, it's either you scale him down to proper scaling terms, which makes him at least planetary and at highballed solar system level or large star level, or you take the fact that he's the One Punch Man that can't be beaten by anyone, but use that as an opportunity to showcase a lot of good animators. Like, my idea would be have Saitama just be standing there as like it's not even an actual death battle. It's more of just, hey, here's Saitama. Have your character beat the crap out of him the best way he possibly could to showcase you're a good choreographer when it comes to fight sequences and stuff like that. Just to showcase people how good you are at animation. And people also get that this is Saitama. He can't be beat. And this is just, okay, a bunch of people. Like, okay, you like to animate Hulk. Have Hulk doing something. You like to animate Superman. Have Superman do something. You like to animate Sonic. Have Sonic do something. Sort of something like that. As like a special kind of episode. Since, you know, you had episodes like Sagata Sanshiro versus Chuck Norris and Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool, where you had matches that didn't really have to end off in a death. You can have this end off with just a lot of people dying, but still showcasing the skill that animators have when it comes to sprite-based animations. Or even throw in a couple of 3D stuff, because you have a reality warper that kind of just brings Saitama into another reality, and you got a bunch of 3D animators trying to beat up Saitama. Stuff like that would be fun, if you're gonna take the whole he can't be beat seriously. That's my only idea I have for Saitama. Because if we kill Saitama, you're going to have a lot of fanboys, including myself, say that that's not supposed to happen. Oh, 60. Yeah. Darby versus Yugimoto, poker game. That's interesting. One goes to the Shadow Realm, which would basically be a death, and one gets his soul taken away from him. That's basically a death. I can see that. And one of the reasons why they got rid of the fight graphic in Death Battle is what I remember from them saying is that sometimes a battle just needs to start. Just like Sasuke versus Hiei, it'll be weird to have a fight graphic as soon as Sasuke jumps down and Hiei socks him in the face. Then it'll be like, fight! And it's like, that's a little late for that. He's already kind of in the middle of it. And there are certain battles that I can tell. I'm not going to go into the specifics, but it does seem like the fight graphic would kind of just take away from what it is. And that's all I'm going to say. So having a fight that is just a high-stakes poker game that still ends off in a death, it's still basically a death battle. So I can see them doing that. I'm gonna throw that in there. Good on you, Junior. Hype for FNAF AR. I'm hyped to see other people play it. I guess that's the best way I could do it. Like, get super good at the game. Also, hi, Goat. First of all, I played like 2 hours, not 2 hours, 2 days and 2 days and 4 hours with Zane, almost an entire day with the Siren, and I'm not really all that interested in Maz. And I'm just now starting Flak. If I'm playing a game literally every single day, I'm gonna get bored of it eventually, Josh. I'm sorry. And I just want to talk to my my live stream companions just so they can hear my voice again. Because, you know, I have no idea if you guys are coming over. I don't even know if you're still here. I also wonder how a fusion game Death Battle would go, like Bakugan versus Yu-Gi-Oh. Luffy versus Pink Pie, Luffy versus Deku or All Might. I can see those. Will be interesting. Bakugan and Yu-Gi-Oh. Monkey D. Luffy versus Shaggy Rogers versus Son Goku versus Kirby eating competition. All right, I was about to say Shaggy stomps if it was an actual fight, but since it's an eating competition, everyone else has a likely opportunity. Jane Yuki versus Dan Koso is still an idea for me. I could see that too. Toriko kind of destroys Luffy though. That dude is like large star level. I'm not. Yeah. It has been a long time since I read Toriko. I will say that much. And Toriko is one of the mangas that I dropped after a long time, and I completely just forgot that there was this one guy who is definitely up to scale, who can just knock on a goddamn planet and have the entire world shake. So I'm like, and that's just an auxiliary character, I think. I mean, it's not even like a big guy. Right. Yeah. And Luffy right now can be scaled off the top of my head as wanking a little bit as country. And that's wanking very hard. If anything, I'll go with island. Death Battle Samus versus Ridley. Can't have two people from the same thing. It kind of defeats the purpose. I know there are some, but those are outliers. We're not doing that anymore, I believe. Sonic the Werehog versus Donkey Kong. Now that would be a good way to have them get kind of revenge on killing Knuckles. Because hair. And I'd like to see Sonic get. I'd like to see Sonic in that state, just like use Sonic purely from. I forgot the name of it. Unleash, Sonic Unleash. I like Sonic the Werehog, despite what people say. I like Sonic the Hedgehog too. I admire the fact that Sega tries their best to be different sometimes, even if it doesn't work out sometimes. I see their intent and I appreciate it. Silver versus Alakazam. Having him fight a legendary would be pretty unfair. You know what? Since you had Shadow versus Mewtwo, yeah, it's not against anything to have Silver fight another Pokemon. It'd just be kind of weird to have Shadow fight a legendary and then have Silver fight. Granted, one of the most powerful psychic type Pokemon in the game. Not gonna fault him on that. I get it. Goku Dragon Ball Evolution versus Sonic live action movie. Oh god. That's actually a good fight, considering that this Sonic can apparently do a Sonic Boom so hard that he wipes out the electricity on the planet, which is pretty freaking strong. So. Yes. So did Sonic, and so did Silver. So did Sonic, and so did Shadow. And what happened to them? They got beat by a plumber, and the other one got beat by a cat thing and a guy who has some anger issues. That isn't Dan. I get people who just put Goku against a single Superman using every single version of Superman is very, in every single fight would put him in. Yeah, it definitely would. Makes sense to do it that way. Amazing Spider-Man versus Ultimate Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man versus Ultimate Spider-Man. I definitely want to do a battle royale since they did a battle royale with all those of all the Mega Men. I would love to see a battle royale with all of the most popular Spider-Men. First thing that people would probably think of is all the live action Spider-Men. You know, Tom Holland versus Andrew Garfield versus Tobey Maguire, that sort of thing. But I'd definitely like to see animated Spider-Man fight each other. Versus that, Steven versus Star Butterfly. I brought that up once, and then I saw that apparently Star Butterfly has universal feats, and Steven just can't contend with that. His last attack is bigger than the moon. Honestly, I believe the first Goku vs. Superman was stronger because, yeah. Isn't Star like Sorcerism level or something? Good on you, goat. You know, you want to see Itachi versus Shishomaru. A lot of people want to see that too. I can see why. I can definitely see why. And I'll definitely like to bring my boy Itachi in here. And it has been a long time since I've seen Inuyasha. So I'm not entirely sure like the actual calcs and stuff. But yeah, that seems like a good fight. I've seen people wanting to see Goku versus Sailor Moon. The Goku probably loses. Can't believe I said that. No. You are right, Fudge. You're right. People need to understand that the Sailor Moon universe almost completely bodies the Dragon Ball universe. All right, people need to understand this. Man. Saitama versus Arale. Now you have a parody character versus a gag character. Now, people like to say that Saitama is a gag character, but he's more of a parody character, parodying shonen tropes, and not really gagging on it. Not really gagging on it. Alright, you ever notice that when light reflects off your forehead, it looks like you have an airbending arrow? No! Happy, that's a thing. Final characters, isn't Luffy like country or something? Yeah, I believe he's around country or something, but Toriko! Whoo, Toriko, don't go. Again, that's just off like top of my head kind of scaling. FNAF will never die. Scout. I mean, a game that can never die. Yeah, pretty much. I've been thinking of FNAF Kingdom Hearts, for the past month. Versus Burry Mary. Interesting. Now it can die. People just stop being scared. Sooner or later, they'll stop being scared, Josh. Do you know anime that time reincarnated as a slime? Yes, I do. I can see Star versus Steven simply as a conceptual level, but having Star win because she has some universal like feats and scaling and possible scaling and statements. Learn from Power Rangers and multiversal weapon by the end. Do you have any advice to where I can let out this AU idea? It's consuming my mind. No clue, really. You know what I want to see someday? A death battle that results in a draw or equal death. Granted, you could kind of say that that Sagata Sanshiro versus Chuck Norris was a draw, but obviously that was a joke battle, so you can't really take it all that seriously. But I understand what you mean, and I think the only time that will happen, the only time that we're actually gonna get a draw, is if we get two characters we know nothing about. The research team does their research and find out verbatim, literally, they can't. They will kill each other, verbatim. That's the only way. That is the only way. We have to not know about the characters whatsoever, and also find out mid doing the animation and script writing that they just will kill each other. And I'm pretty sure sooner or later it might happen. But they have to be like 100%, 50% equal. Don't put that Captain Universe Spider-Man with cosmic powers in the death battle. Would kind of be unfair. Definitely not. Magic girls are way too overpowered. Not only Sailor Moon, a bunch of magical girls animes are ridiculous. Tell me about it. Yeah, Sailor Moon isn't weak. Dude, this chick can fly from the planet Earth to another universe. Casually. Casually. All right? Don't do anyone who ever thinks that that the Sailor Moon universe is weak is wrong in so many levels. The girls are almost always broken. Girls, I don't believe in Western magical girls in Wings Club. I think Western magical girls are stronger than Eastern, to tell you the truth. I could be wrong. But Neo, the Matrix versus Princess Luna, no intro needed. Also, what do you plan at the MLP? Have no clue. I'm probably just gonna continue doing the whole doing a live stream and probably talking about what I've done on particular death battles when they come out. That'll be like the only thing until like the next generation comes out. Time to your Silent Hill character magical girl powers. No, and I don't want to relive that. I'm out. Sorry, before I left for dinner. Later, man. See you tomorrow, maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully. If you've seen that Torgo is Outerversal and can take a cosmic armor Superman, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm not sure about that at all. I think that's wank. Madoka becomes an abstract being that can rewrite the concept of every possible universe, infinite and otherwise, existing. Yeah. Yo, mess with Magical Girl. That's the best Magical Girl. Nagato from Nagato versus Europa versus Jinx. Teen Titans, a battle between luck manipulation. Interesting battle, I gotta say. Not much to say, but well, I got nothing much to say. I did make a musical parody of Beetlejuice and Danganronpa channel. Oh, that's cool. I need to see Death Battle where Sailor Moon is in it. The only overpowered Western Manticore is I think of Star. Yeah, Star pretty much fits that bill pretty okay. Right, all reality if you use millions of universes, you don't matter girls. I was so proud. Jeez. So proud to finish it. Sailor Moon versus Star. Star Butterfly would win. I think Sailor Moon would win because Star is very situational and her magic almost would pretty much be half of her arsenal would be pretty much almost useless against Sailor Moon. Request for you restricted. Great. Ainz from Overlord versus Caliborn, Lord English from Homestuck. Trust me, man. There's nothing I want more than to be able to get Homestuck characters into Death Battle. But the only thing about Homestuck is that it's a webcomic series. And they never done webcomic series before. Not to say that it's impossible. It's kind of like the Sakurai thing, where okay, but this character's from this, so it's impossible, right? Not to Sakurai. No, it's not a proper versus stream. It's just literally us talking, man. Superboy versus Young Justice. Current Kurata probably would lose, to tell you the truth, against that Superboy. Again, I don't know that much about that Superboy, but since it's Superboy, ever hang out with the music producers? Did not hang out with the music producers, but I did. Well, I was able to watch a live stream of him doing an interview with someone else on a live stream. Not really. Then again, I haven't really tried to venture off from any location to really try to look for those guys. So when I start working there officially, maybe I might get a chance to. Unidef, I don't know how it works, but apparently he can do it. Sure people want to see is Teddy. Persona 4 versus Monokuma. Yeah, I can see that. I can see why people want it. I see thematic elements to it. That's fine. You see Villainous Pilot? Yes, I believe I did. Can't Sailor Moon just blitz the Star? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I can see why people want Star to fight Sailor Moon, thinking that it'll be a better matchup than Steven, at least. But Sailor Moon is way faster than Star, from what I believe. Again, I haven't watched the season finale and all that, so I don't know exactly the upper echelon of her abilities, but I'm pretty sure she's not going millions to billions times faster than the speed of light. Sans in Death Battle. Hey, since Sakurai can bring in a Sans costume in Smash, meaning that Sans is clearly something we can just use. It's a very popular thing to go for. Just need to find a good person for having them fight that isn't Bill Cipher, for Christ's sakes. Doomsday versus SCP. Now that's an actual fight, considering that they both have the same thing of not being able to die and just have great adaptive capabilities. That's actually a pretty good fight. The only thing about SCPs is that I'm not entirely sure how we can be able to use them, since their feats are, like, weird. So plus the whole thing of it being mostly a written based thing and not a comic visualized type thing. Oh no, we don't. So what is She-Ra? Macho Man. Yeah, She-Ra definitely can be attributed as a magical girl. And He-Man is just a magical boy. You need to have more of those in our lives. Smell versus Jekyll Hart versus Joker. Here's the thing that I brought up in one live stream that people are still probably getting on me about. Does Spinel have the Rejuvenator? If she does, what's the point of her having the Rejuvenator, since it does nothing apparently? And if we're gonna put her in an actual battle, we gotta make it do something. But apparently we can't do that, because people are very hell-bent to just make it so that the exclamation in the show can never be skewed to our liking. Macho Man She-Ra. You can make a one-shot story about Kurata. Can you make a one-shot story about Kurata? I could definitely do that. The only thing about it is I need to think about what exactly the one-shot story would be and how it would correlate to the rest of the story in general. Like, the problem with me is I can't make stories for nothing. Like, it has to tie in to an overarching narrative somehow. Like, for instance, for those of you who have read the Get Up story revolving around the girl and her teacher and all that sort of stuff with magic and things like that. At first, it was literally just supposed to be a standalone short story that I just thought about when I didn't like the Captain Marvel movie. And I made that. And I'm like, actually, this would be a great backstory to the Mistress of Wonder. I'm going to do that then. And then I did it. And it's like, I'm happy I did this. So, when it comes to Kurata, I need to actually come up with what is appropriate for a one-shot story with her. Because I had a filler arc in mind, but it'll just only lead to probably ticking a lot of people off. And since I'm not gonna do it, I think it's okay for me to just say it. Kurata punched a giant thing during the last few last few sketchbooks at the end of chapter 1. And as you know, whenever she punches something, her arms and limbs just fly off, right? So when she punched that giant thing, her arm flew off. Her arm is just somewhere now. And after the huge explosion and stuff like that, and she goes into her rage state, she grows her arm back. So it's like, okay, what happened to the arm that got dislocated? The filler arc was supposed to be about how someone stumbles across her arm, and her arm reforms into a full Kurata. And it's like, oh my god! It's supposed to be like, oh my god, Kurata actually survived the encounter because a piece of her survived and she can regenerate from a part of her body that's still there. But the only downside would be that only her arm, let's say only her arm, quote unquote, has memory of the event. Let's say if Judo was around, the arm would try to like touch him because it recognizes it, but the rest of Kurata doesn't know because it's like a new brain, a new person in general. So that part of Kurata would be confused, while the arm is the only thing left of the actual original Kurata it used to be. But then I decided against it because it's like the only way I'm going to end it is just have Icon try to destroy that Kurata anyway. So it's kind of like a double whammy of the whole killing Kurata thing, and I didn't want to do that. I think I had people reading about Kurata suffer enough. Who would you put in Death Battle based on cartoon and anime characters you reacted to? Giorno Giovanna. Giorno Giovanna. The Persona 5 protagonist, the Persona 4 protagonist. Pretty much anyone from JoJo. Jonathan Joestar. Joseph Joestar. Luffy from One Piece. Toriko. There's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of people that still to this day I need to get in Death Battle. And then, of course, there's a bunch that I know that are probably coming out later down the line, but I can't say them. Skeletor versus Lord Zed, Kratos versus Asura, the battle of tough god daddies. White Diamond versus Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon speed blitzes White Diamond, destroys her forehead, and that's it. Steven Universe versus Neofumi, Shield Hero. I honestly gave up trying to find isn't canon and SCP. That's exactly the point. Yeah, that reminds me. Yeah, the Rejuvenator is useless. This is like, that's just it. Unless you're going to give the Rejuvenator some power, what's the point of bringing Spinel into anything? The only abilities she had is being able to use her stretchy-based abilities and in large fist stuff. But that's just brute force, and most of the people that you're going to put her up against can probably tank her brute force easily. You have to give her an actual weapon. And since her Rejuvenator is useless, what's the point? It's like pink-haired Scythe users. Too bad one of the sides are completely useless. Do what your channel after MLP is over, other than animation. Are you planning to react to other series? Probably not, because that's the whole thing. This is my last day to be bored. This is the last day that I'll be able to do anything according to myself, involving reaction videos or something like that. Because as soon as Death Battle starts doing anything, it's just going to be like before when it comes to my internship. Every single day, I am just going over there, doing my job. And out of 10 to 11 to 12 hours of that day is purely just me doing animation work. And then I come back and then go to sleep. So when it comes to MLP, that's the only thing I'm keeping up with, because I've been sticking around with it so long that I want to finish it up to the end. And look at that, the end's coming. So, yeah, other than hopefully being able to post up my animations and stuff, that's pretty much all that's going to be occurring until the next MLP thing comes out. Azoth versus the One Above All versus the Rider versus SCP-3812 versus the Presence versus Yogg-Sothoth. Tier 0 characters. We can't do that. Besides, the Monarch of Pointland would win every time. Right next to Gabe Newell. And maybe even Shaggy. You ever thought about working on Cartoon Network or Nick when I was a kid? But nowadays, it's like, I'd rather do this, to tell you the truth. Not to say it wouldn't be bad to work for those companies. Omnipotent Fights always ends in a tie. No way to make stories for nothing. Funny. You're funny. Well, how much to say, so I leave. Later, man. SCP would be hard to do since they change all the time and there are no real canon. And on the other hand, people wouldn't be able to complain since all the information is in the wiki. Tell me about it. That's the whole thing. I think that's the right reason why we didn't do it. They didn't do it, and why we're not doing anything with it. It's just too all over the place. Best buds. Tag team versus the others. Yeah. Ozzy and Yagathov, yeah, they're buds, so they should, especially considering that Azathoth is supposed to be the one that's sleeping all the time. I think he would help Yag take out the others because apparently they woke him up. So, you know, John Egbert. It's a whole thing with Homestuck in general. Since it's a webcomic, it's very hard for me to say that they're actually going to be able to do something with that. But John Egbert would be one of the guys I want to bring in a Death Battle because people need to know. People need to be told about Homestuck. And if that means we have to make a Death Battle with one of them, doing that. If Bucky the friggin' O'Hare could be brought in, a completely niche and obscure person that I never even heard of in my entire life, why not John? Also, has nothing to do with the fact that his name is John. That's just a coincidence. You can get Spinel the Rejuvenator and even have it work on non-gems, but having her win because of Backlash. Probably. That's the only way to make it legit. You can use the Rejuvenator as a scare tactic because if you walk up to a person and they just pull out a thing and then it just and now it's a glowing scythe. I'm almost entirely certain your first mind is going to be, I'm just going to let that hit me. It can't do anything to me. So it can be used as a scare tactic to have a person be on their toes. But once she actually does get a hit in and then the guy sees that it does nothing, then again, it just makes it back to being useless. Medic versus Retrofin. I'm not... Medic. I'd like another TF character to come in the Death Battle, and that probably will be a better, a good fit. I discovered a song called Circle You. Good to know, Japan. Around the rosy song like us. Oh yes, I did hear that one. I once made a character 1A by accident in a fanfic. So I wanted a universal statement, but I used it's wrong and now showed someone. Said, dude, that's at 1A. Trust me, man. When it comes to making certain tier characters, you have to be very, very specific on certain stuff. And sorry, fiction. I didn't want like again. That's exactly the main reason why I didn't want to do that. It's like I think I made people sad about Karada a little too much. I don't want to continue on that trend. It's basically like Karada torture porn at that point. I don't like that because Karada is one of my favorite created characters, and I hate whatever I did with her. Xana versus Shodan, Rogue AI. I definitely want. It's like Xana would be weird, but I can see why. Makoto from Persona 5 versus Makoto from Street Fighter. Ha! Makoto from Persona 5 stomps, but I can see why. It's good. Spinel is a gem. Gems are stronger than humans. Humans are stronger than monsters. So Spinel, Jevil in strength, but Jevil has a lot of abilities. He can do anything after all, as Captain Falcon Racer says literally afterwards. Like the concept, I always like the concept of someone who can regenerate, but if their brain is destroyed or they regenerate from a part non-connected to it, they lose all their memories. Basically, a new person. Yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted to go with the story, because Karada showcases that she can apparently regenerate from anything, but it turns out it was from the head down. But then it gets revealed. Oh wait, no! If a part of her just exists in general, you'll just get another version of her, and the only part of it will be like this remnant spirit within the hand I will remember. So, and I want to do that concept, but it's like I couldn't think of any other way to do it that isn't just, again, destroying one of my favorite characters in a very sad and hardened way. And I don't want to give people hope. How about that? It's like, oh man, you get Karada back, she loses all her memories, but she's back. No, because Icon kills her because again, Icon made it so that she died to begin with, and he's just gonna make sure there's no loose ends. Karada's supposed to be dead, and he's gonna make sure that stays canon. Where situational stance from JoJo focus on physical fights like Cheap Trick, Chariot Requiem, Civil War, and Metal Go Man. What about everyone doing on a versus battle wiki with Highway to Hell? You know, have someone fight. I forgot his name, but he has Highway to Hell, and it's just an ability that has you kill yourself. I saw that pitch server and during the what you doing scene. So yeah, I think I remember seeing that. That was like, oh, Yeah, the Monarch Portline is a very popular individual. I don't know why other people don't know him anyway. Yeah, Monarch Portline, I love that guy. Monarch Portline, I think the only reason why I really like him is because that name is so awesome. So, no more Steven Universe reactions, no more Frisk and Company reactions, no more Star reactions, no more Ruby reactions. Well, Steven Universe reactions will try to come out. I will say that much, since there apparently it's just at least one more season left, so I can't see why I can't squeeze in that. Frisk and Company, when it comes to like fan-made stuff, I'm not doing it anymore because, again, when it comes to like things, I just want to save actual videos for just things that I just really want to show people my reactions to. Like a Gilded Guy animation is coming out soon. I definitely want to show my reactions to that. Anything Cammy is going to come up with their glitch sale, stuff like that is coming out. No more Star reactions, pretty much, and no more Ruby reactions. Well, I can't do Ruby reactions anyway, considering that. Well, it's not because, no, it's not because Rooster Teeth says I can't do reactions to Ruby. It's because I already know what's gonna happen. I literally, I'm walking into their booths, looking at their screens, seeing what happened, and seeing what's going to happen. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I can't watch it since I know everything that's gonna happen now. It'll be no fun. Icon versus Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Now that's a fight. Yeah. Spinella kind of sucks in Death Battle because of her main weapon is completely useless, and you can't just make it so it works because that would just be inaccurate. It's like, eh. V from Devil May Cry 5 versus Roxas or Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts. I can see exactly why you want V in a death battle. Just in case anyone hasn't played Devil May Cry 5, it makes perfect sense to have either Roxas or Xemnas fight him. And I don't know. I think Roxas and Xemnas would win overall. Either or of them fight V, but I get the theming. It's good. Jimmy Hopkins from Bully versus Ayano Ashi from a Yandere Simulator. I think Ayano, because Jimmy doesn't really have any feats of trying to kill people with his weaponry. So, yeah. John Battle Royale. Every character named John in all fiction of all of them. No exceptions. Only because John Wick will be one of them, I'm happy to do that. People didn't know of the holiness of Homestuck. Yeah, Vriska is best troll. A lot of people like to disagree with me on that for some reason, even though she is verbatim. Wait, if the blade doesn't do anything, could use it as a distraction or as a feint to get hit in. She stab. That's exactly what I mean. It's not like she can't use it in a fight and have it be somewhat beneficial to people who don't know what the heck it does. I'm pretty sure no one would want to get hit by a scythe, regardless. Regardless. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Congrats on your board work for Saki for here. I've been following your channel for years, and it's surreal to see part of defeat itself now. Can't wait to see you soon. Thanks, thanks, F-Man. Like, I've been watching Death Battle for like 9 years. 9 years. So if you would have told 9 year ago me that I'd be helping them, I wouldn't believe you. Yeah, there you go. Me and Captain Falcon know what we're talking about with the John Battle Royale. Obsidian versus Hiei. Even if you take away like the pillar feat, Hiei wins through the sheer speed and natural mountain busting ability alone. Hiei versus Slifer the Sky Dragon. Ha! Slifer wins though. Imagine if DB let you put your characters in episodes. Trust me, man. You need a lot of people have been saying that. You need to stop giving me hope. Just stop doing that, please. Like, if anything were to occur where I would be able to put my own character in a death battle, that's just like, that's wishful thinking. That'll never happen, ever. And I need to keep telling myself that. Thunderbird Queen. There you go, Apollo. Most ridiculous things in fiction and opinion is godly regenerating from nothing. Seriously. I imagine it, and I can't believe it, and I will stop believing it. So, with the Switch, which divine being have you devote yourself to? Galeem, or Sothis? Sothis. Sonic versus Lightning McQueen, really? A Monarch of Pointland, unironically be a JoJo character. No. What are your thoughts on the next step battle? If you didn't work, no, I didn't work on the next one. So Ganondorf versus Dracula. I didn't work on that one, so I can talk about whatever the hell I want because I don't even know the actual process of went into making the battle anyway. I don't even remember who wins. I don't even remember what they told me. But the battle itself, yeah, I could see it was another highly requested matchup. Both Ganondorf and Dracula have some very good, like, demonic feats of magic and sorcery and stuff like that. So I can definitely see why this battle was picked and had absolutely no clue. Some people have been wanking. I don't even know if it's actually wank or actual proper scaling that Dracula is apparently universal. I'm not sure about that in the slightest, but if that's true, then I don't see anything. But that's just me. I don't know. In fact, I think it's BS. Embodies the very Lightning, Sonic may be fast, but McQueen embodies the very concept of speed. He says so himself. It's a self-proclaimed statement. So Sonic loses. And the next 5 last episodes of MLP, especially this final, will be shocking. See your reaction. I bet it will. So if you made more Steven Universe, would it be a redirect? Maybe. Depends, because Steven Universe is weird. I'm surprised that my reaction to the movie didn't get like any problems other than an audio-visual copyright claim that would just take away the monetization and nothing more. I'm surprised about that. I was highly expecting it to just come out, be up for a few days, maybe even a week at best, and then get taken down by Cartoon Network or something. But no, it's still there, going strong, no problems. So it's very hard for me to say that the rest of the episodes that are going to come out are going to be the same, but I'll attempt. But I just don't want things to turn out just like last time when I did a bunch of Steven Universe reactions and YouTube just kind of my channel away. Anyway, I am going to leave now. I want to enjoy steak and shake for dinner. See you next time, Alex. There you go. How can mirrors be real if your eyes aren't real? Good. Philosophical, man. The 2 worst movies ever. Gord for Fingered versus Johnny the Room. Hey, Johnny would beat Gord like any day to Tuesday. He'll just be like, "Oh, hi, Gord," and then he dies. That's it. No spoilers. I have no clue. I have no clue who's actually gonna win. It is a good matchup though. Man of true taste. Yes, I am a man of true taste. I liked Friska before it was cool to like her. Like her introduction alone made me like her character. She's awesome. I love her. Friska vs. Sans is definitely something that's up there. It's like I see why. Also, it's like a boom. Hey, Monty. Monty made the main background for this character. Hey, not Monty. I have Ruby on the brain. Toby Fox. Toby Fox made the background music for this character. Toby Fox made the background music for this character. Have them fight. Plus, they have weird eyes. A fight smell with the Rejuvenator versus Pink Diamond. A good fight, but same universe. So if it's an in-universe personal fight that we can talk about, Spinel would win, hands down. Smash Undyne. Yeah. That's Undyne. You either. Also, my bad, man. Meatloaf Man. It's Meatloaf. Okay. You knew Charizard. She's a new Charizard. And suplex a boulder just because you can. All the hope. All Johns. Martian Manhunter is a John. Boy to shine. Oh yes, I actually do want to bring Martian in one day. Your room's only trash that's left is you. Oh, well, that's one way to think about things. Does Johnny Joestar count? Yes, I count that. Ganondorf vs. Dracula, battle of who is truly Satan video games. One fight I want to see is Madara versus Madora. Madora is better. Madara versus Madora. Man, I completely forgot you existed. Let's see, that's like not a bad one. I completely forgot you existed from Toriko. Man, that is a good fight. Yes. Ganon wins. Ganon is fucked. Ganon. See, that's what I like. Debate. Differing opinions automatically. So it shows that it's already a pretty good fight all around. So it's already not, okay, this is one-sided. Oh, no, it's not. There you go. You know who the fastest character in all of fiction is? Patrick Rocky. Did you see great snail race? Oh, dude, Patrick Rocky. Dude didn't even move, and he won. Within an instant. Johnny front of room was tier 0. Would Roxas being a combination of Sora and Ventus be a candidate to fight Garnet? Maybe? No? Steven versus Dipper. Steven. I don't care if it's the same verse. I want Smell versus Pink so I can get her sweet revenge. I'll be with that. Have you read the Homestuck epilogues? Yes, I have. Actually, I have on an open tab on my computer of the Steam page. I just don't have $11 to buy it. A Pester Quest. I want to get that simply because I love myself some dating sims. And even though it's not a dating sim, it's at least a visual novel. And I'm good with those too. Business was right. Should have shattered diamonds. We should have done something. Should have won the war properly. It is easier said than done though. It's like the Steven Universe movie, but not the biggest fan of MLP, so probably won't watch most of your videos. Hey, that's fine. I never asked people to subscribe to me for any other reason than if you want to. And when the new Steven Universe season comes in, then I will do my best to post up those reactions. I know you'll be interested in those. It's a bit random, but do you happen to watch MLP series finale? Nope, I don't do that. Just curious. Nope, I will not watch something early. I'm going to wait until the actual proper release over in America, dang it. Even if it means I have to wait several more weeks. Which is true at this point. No, I think... You should see SpongeBob versus Jimmy... Fast. Whole powers. Why can't Steven just put his sword in his gem? Steven has never really showcased to be able to use his gem as a pocket dimension. He uses Lion for that. Gunner would be hard to write because her future vision would work 30% of the time. That's just it when it comes to people with precognition. Like, one of the things that people say about Sasuke versus Hiei, that Sasuke shouldn't be able to be hurt by Hiei because his Sharingan is precognition. While they're not wrong with the fact that it's precognition, it works due to muscle tension. So Sasuke has to be looking at somebody to be able to even see whatever it is they're probably going to do. And even then, the Sharingan can get overwhelmed with sheer speed alone. But the whole thing is, Sasuke's faster than Hiei, so it didn't even matter. I still get it, though. That's the whole thing when people say that the Sharingan is precognition, like he has future vision. It's not future vision. It's just good probability of outcome. Maybe Garnet versus Opal. The only problem is Opal would be unfused and freaking punch. Yeah. No, it wasn't serious from the start. Smell was in the series from the start. People have made theories about that, and I agree with mostly all of them that said that Spinell would be a great addition to the roster and probably help a lot of people. The main thing that I brought up with Spinell for Pink having a good reason to bring her back for the war is that she is good morale. She is what makes a war bearable to fight in. When you have something to cheer you up after a hard-fought battle. And Spinell is that type of gem that will be able to do that. Morale boosting is one of the best ways to win a fight. It's like, and yet she's like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, it really does only work when the plot demands it. In certain episodes, you have Garnet being able to see the future days, hours, a long time, and instantaneously sometimes. But when Steven's like, hey, Garnet, are we gonna be like this forever? It's like she at no point ever saw this outcome, period. I'm like, are you serious? Not until like 3 seconds before it happens? It's like, I get it. Peace makes you weak. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a guy can look at somebody or what they're gonna do just by looking at their feet. He doesn't even look at their entire body and just understand. It's good at anticipating the opponent. The proper explanation I can give, two proper explanations I can give to showcase that the Sharingan isn't precognition, is that when you see Sasuke fighting Naruto when he first unlocks the third Tomo in his Sharingan, you see that he's looking at Naruto move toward him. He's just he's looking at the trajectory of where he's going to be coming with his area and is able to plan accordingly and counter it with his own speed. Meeting Naruto with his own fist before Naruto gets in it, which could look like precognition. But then when you have Naruto getting the third with the cloak around him and he starts to move at him, Sasuke is unable to react to the cloak because the cloak doesn't have muscle tension. He can't predict something without muscle tension. And same thing goes with Killer Bee. Killer Bee overwhelmed Sasuke's Sharingan with all the skill and speed that it was going off with his 8 sword style. And since the sword style isn't muscle tension, he has to look at every individual one to see where they're coming from and have his eyes be away from Bee, thus having him be overwhelmed and speed blitz by Bee in general. So yeah, Sharingan does not give you precognition. It just gives you great spatial awareness in a sense. Ryuko Matoi versus Shadow, maybe. It'd just be weird to have Rico fight Shadow. I don't know why. I just don't know why having Rico fight a hedgehog is weird to me. So what if you just had a marathon of Steven Universe with a split screen showing Spinell waiting in the garden? No. Please, no. Don't hurt my heart even more. One theory I had is, who made the diamonds? Who made God, if God is truly in existence? That's like the main question that always brought up to every Christian. And every Christian says he just made himself. So White Diamond just made herself. It's like, yeah, that's one of the main things. It's like, oh, I'm rusty. This chick didn't move for 6,000 years and you're telling me you're rusty? She embodied rust. Guard one theory. I'm excited for Phineas and Ferb, the movie Cadence Against the Universe. Become a god killer level, just actually fighting the entire universe. Yeah, I always assumed her future vision only worked when her third eye is open, and she keeps it closed most of the time for some reason. I can see that. I can see exactly why that would be a thing. But since she has her glasses on, it's very hard to prove. It's like this entire time she had her eyes closed and never wanted to look at other future outcomes and events, trying to make sure that this peace that they currently have can last longer than a few seconds. And then when Steven asked, when she adjusted her eyes, that's just her literally opening her eye for after like 3 years. Poster at the Superman vs. Sega is actually a good fight. Also, is Ladybug no longer going to have reactions as well? Probably not. Sorry. Smell with prep time solos all the diamonds. So low diff. Betty Noir versus Demon Bulma. Since Demon Bulma can literally take control of everyone in the Dragon Ball verse, very hard to say that Betty has a chance with it. I think diamonds were made naturally. I think their home planet had the potential to make gems that just, but it takes longer. So first process that happens faster. I can't see why they wouldn't have a planet that naturally grew the resources of what they are embodied and it just gained sentience. I can't see why that's not a possible thing. So I see, yeah, that's probably how it happened. Why Diamond was the first to be created, and since she was the first, she anointed herself the person to make things better. Hey, the whole plot of Kill la Kill is fighting evil clothes. Why not fight a hedgehog? What about that makes sense? Shadow doesn't even wear clothes. Is that supposed to be, okay, he's already naked, so he's already part of nudist beach, so he should be able to fight? Or since it's already such a weird concept, why not have her fight under the real weird concept? I get it, but come on. See, but it's fine. One thing that pisses me off is that sometimes Garnet can foresee small and detailed stuff, but completely misses world-threatening scenarios. Notice that, didn't you? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Sometimes she's like, "Oh, I can predict this and predict that," but this one, I just kind of ignore this one. This is just in the back burner. Stuff, things, not much. Smile versus Pearl is it's a rap battle. Other friends versus Round and Round. Let the city turn. I threw in. Who did I throw in? I forget who I threw in for Dan. I probably need to go back and see. It was a while ago. I think it was when I just started in and just putting in a random request. But I know I put him in there. I think it was Zim. I think it was probably Zim. I think I had Dan versus Zim. Or was it Zim versus Crypto from Destroy All Humans? There's a lot of things. They'll probably have her think Shadow is a creature made of life fibers. I don't know, maybe. The story of Kill la Kill is so close to... this point's literally screamed. Like Steven can predict better than Garnet. It seems that way. Dan versus Scott Pilgrim, I can see that. Even I redeemed before. Even I can predict better than Garnet. I predicted Spinel being redeemed when the first teaser came out. I think anyone who is a fan of Steven Universe should automatically get a feeling that whoever is coming up next is going to get redeemed in some way. Here's the thing about being redeemed and being reformed. That's the whole thing about saying, "Oh man, you hate Pink Diamond, but the diamonds themselves, they're mass genocidal creature." It's like people misconstrued redeemed and reformed. The diamonds got reformed, but to me, they aren't redeemed. They're just doing what they're doing because they want to please Steven, because they see Steven as Pink Diamond. That's it. They're not redeemed. They haven't done anything to redeem themselves from the horrible things they have done in the past. But they are reformed. They're no longer doing those things that made them bad to begin with. That's the whole thing. So Spinel is redeemed and reformed because right now she was in a horrible place and Stever got her out of that. And in the end, everything that Spinel was doing was 100% justified, so I don't blame her. Yep, I heard Pearl's secret rap career. I even heard Steven's secret rap career, and to this day, I'm still baffled that he actually managed to get the actual voice actors to do something in those videos. Oh man, that guy's great. Sapphire, since she's fused with another gem, I think with each fusion, Sapphire fusion gets weaker. That's one way to look at it, but in the end, Garnet had already showcased being by herself. Being by herself is showcased that she's still very much capable of predicting very specific things and outcomes and farther off solutions and stuff like that. And to see that she can't predict a little pink girl with a scythe, a little pink girl with a scythe coming down with a giant injector thing in 3 seconds, I can't help but say, okay, you kind of are slacking there, Garnet. Dan versus Zim? That's one thing that came to my mind. It's like, they're both small dudes with a lot of anger issues trying to do things to encompass the world. It's like, I can see it. Except for Kevin. He won't get redeemed. Kevin got redeemed, sorta. Granted. He did this thing with children, but Kevin got reformed. Again, not a redeemed character, but reformed. But here's the thing about Kevin. He's just Kevin. He doesn't have to be redeemed. He's just a dude. Osmond versus Dumbledore. Yeah. I should be the only demon here. You're an imposter. Yeah, So, has any Western cartoons killed their final boss lately? Seen paying much attention. I'm not sure. Don't remember. That's how rarely it happens, I see. Be interesting to see how if I play out without a villain. Monster Buster Club versus the Yoko Warriors. I can see why I want that to happen. Honestly, one thing that still pisses me off about the Diamond is that they weren't punished by what they did. I don't care if they're not doing it anymore. They still... okay, tell me, Junior, while I will agree with you that punishment needs to occur for these characters that have been going around planets, terraforming them simply to create and not for any other, like, reproductive purposes or something like that. They literally were just creating to create, which is a horrible reason to just create. I agree with the punishment, but tell me. What? Tell me. What punishment? You're gonna throw them in a room and have them sit there for a day? You're gonna destroy them? You're gonna have them poof and have to reform themselves? What is your punishment for these characters when punishing them is like the hardest thing to actually come up with? Please, everyone listening to this now, if you have a punishment for the diamonds, tell me. And if it makes sense, I'll agree. If it doesn't, I'll tell you why I don't. Maybe the reason Fidel couldn't be predicted is because she's such a hardcore... You and this hardcore gamer thing? Nah, man, she didn't use a cheat code. If she's a hardcore gamer, that means she just really buffed up her stealth stat. DC Superhero Girls and created by Lauren Faust. I know it exists. I know it's on Netflix. I did not get a chance to watch it. On guard, faker. My favorite DC superhero girl is Bumblebee. You heard about the new tracks from Toby? Yes. What is your top 5 games in your opinion? Undertale, Fire Emblem, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Super Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Borderlands 3. What's your... Right now, at least. This could obviously change. If I go back into my history, I can find better games that suits my list. But off the top of my head, there you go. Oh, God of War. Let's switch out one of those with God of War. And Persona 5. See what I mean? There's so many good games. It's like the diamonds are too OP to be punished. What punishment can you give the diamonds that actually make them feel and believe that what they did can be like, okay, we see this is deserving of punishment. That's just it. You just have to deal with the fact that the best thing we're gonna get with the diamonds is Steven manipulating their emotions to keep them in check. That's it. And that's exactly what Steven is doing. He's manipulating their emotions to keep them in check. It may sound like a douche thing to do, but remember, these are the diamonds. Who cares? In fact, it's even used a movie and then with the villain being reduced to ashes. This My Little Pony. Make stand in the garden forever. You actually really think they'll be like, yep, we're just gonna stand here forever doing nothing? That's the whole thing about the Spinel and the diamonds. They themselves believe that they're the authority. So at one point, they're gonna believe like, man, we shouldn't be doing this. Because remember, they just changed their minds. They didn't defeat them in battle. There's a difference. Because, take it this way. Let's say White Diamond was a heartless, ruthless, murdering psychopath. Do you really think that they would have won if it wasn't for the fact that Steven was able to disprove White's hypothesis that Steven was still Pink Diamond? If it wasn't for the fact that Steven proved, basically, White Diamond wrong, she wouldn't be the way she is. However, she was ruthless, murderous, destroyer of everything, like a true Hitler. She would have just killed Steven, killed the other opposing Diamond figures, killed everyone, and restarted from scratch. Because she has the ability, the power, the manipulative potential to do all that. But she didn't, because Steven was able to change her mind. And that's it. So, in the end, trying to punish them would only seek to make them want to rebel against Steven and finally say, I don't even care. He said he's not even pink anyway, so I'm just going to go back to being an evil dictator. Is that okay? Why am I saying that okay? I can do whatever I want and just do that. What's stopping her from taking over people again? Really? What's stopping her from doing that? Other than Steven. Don't worry, demon. Kid, she years undetected and I got her into upper stealth. Yep. Make the diamonds be bubbled. Ooh, that's just that. Okay. Force all 3 diamonds to live in complete different opposite ends of their colonies. I don't see how that would do anything, but I see where you're coming from. For the diamonds, maybe poof and bubble for eternity. That's not necessarily punishment. That's just trying to get rid of a problem, and they'd probably not be too happy when you finally bring them out. Because let's say you put them in there for several thousand years, and then some random dude randomly pops one of them out, like Steven did to Bismuth. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be too happy that you just bubbled them up like that. Even if they agreed. Who's actually going to poof them? A punishment that you can see them probably pulling off, but you have to do it forcibly, is hitting them with a Rejuvenator. But that would be horrible, because if you hit them with a Rejuvenator, then they lose any amount of character development they got from Steven, and they'll just be reformed back into their original state of what they used to be. And White Diamond used to be a tyrannical dictator who always believed that she made things better. So you're just bringing her back to square one. So Rejuvenator is actually a stupid move. One day. Obviously, the Diamond's punishment is giving them a date with Greg. Dating Greg means death. Diamond. Okay, that's horrible. Greg, a date with Greg would actually be very amazing. Actually, it would help him reform better. Hopefully, we'll see them. Hopefully, we'll see what happens with them in the next season. I know a good punishment. Make them listen to Pearl's rap career and loop forever. Round and round. The city turn. Yeah. Oh, God. Should make a horror game. You know, waiting in the garden. What do you do? Just stand there all day? Waiting Simulator 2000. Make them brush their teeth and then drink orange juice. Oh Jesus, no, that's horrible. That's a punishment worse than death. My first ever experience with Steven Universe. Neat. Make them watch the Dragon Ball Evolution and then Sonic movie at the same time. Make them have to listen to Ronaldo's conspiracy theories the entire day. You want to know what? I want season Steven to be about humans being monsters in some form. You know how I act during a live stream. Use gems. Yep, that's the one thing that they really need to bring up one of these days, is that you actually think that these alien races on this planet where the government still exists isn't gonna do anything with these things? Are you joshing me? It's like Beach City is the only city that ever matters. Steven happened. Pink. No. Everything wrong. Bubble quartz. So funny. Bubble for a millennia. I have a funny reason why the reason you all were bubble for a millennia. You see, your rose quartz wasn't actually a rose quartz. It was actually one of us, the diamonds. Hopefully, it doesn't make you hate her. It would hate her. Because think about it. 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 Put yourself in your shoes. Put yourself in the same shoes. Somebody disguises themselves as you, does all this stuff, and because the people don't want the person that looked like you to do anything more, they throw you in jail, and you are stuck in there for years. For years. And when they finally come back and say, by the way, hey, we found the guy who was supposed to, we found the guy that was masquerading as you, knowing that it's truly not you, turns out it's just another cop. Who would have thunk? So hope you don't hate us. That would suck, especially the cop. He was just trying to do his best to help everyone, and he just so happened to choose you as a geist. So yeah, there you go. Free to go, my friend. I'm pretty sure the Rose Quartz would be pretty pissed. And if they're not, I would be. It's like, why didn't you form yourself into a paradot? Why a quartz? Jesus. Got one that said Batman Arkham Knight. See ya. Okay. Hold up. Lost in the chat again. Yeah, shit. Dragon, Watch Our Evolution. Wrong. If you switch, let's say Amethyst's gem with Steven's gem, what would happen? Well, Pink Steven would probably burst out of Amethyst, and Amethyst would just reform herself from her gem, because that's how she works. And then Pink Steven would walk over to Steven and then just kind of hug him again. Make them watch JoJo without correcting the subtitles, so they'll have to deal with shit like Zipper Man and Golden Wind. How about you let them read the horrible translations of Part 5 and just have to, not Part 5, Part 4, and say, have a wonderful Dwang. Yes, I have made it to the end of the chat. And the chat, once again, jumped to a random location. Pink Diamond thought pattern. I'm moving out with my rockstar boyfriend, Mom. Wait, he's gonna be famous, make me millions. Wait, I have Sister Spinel to take care of. Meh, don't care. Bye. Another good way to emphasize the fact that what Pink did was wrong was that people want to say that Spinel was created specifically for Pink. All right, so. I'm an only son in a family. I feel alone because I don't have anyone to talk to at the house, and I'm very lonely. My parents see that, and they actually think that I should get a little brother. And so it's because of me and how lonely I am. Is that why they make a little brother for me? And now I got a little brother. And then after being with this little brother, and little brother being a baby, and then turning into like a 5-year-old, something like that, I say, I'm kind of bored of this little brother. And since my mom and dad clearly stated that it's because of my loneliness that they made him for me, I have full right to abandon him in a forest. It's not how treating a life works, guys. It's not how you treat a life and then expect me to say that you're in the right in some way, shape, or form, even if the 5-year-old brother is somewhat clingy. How does that give you an excuse? Thank you very much. So, yeah. Didn't it happen to a guy in real life? A guy spent years in jail because of what another guy did? Yeah, exactly. And guess what? I'm pretty sure the other guy who spent that time in jail wasn't too happy about the guy who got off scot-free, huh? It's like, why the rest of us have to suffer because this one diamond wanted to transform themselves into us? It's like, that sucks. Why not a Peridot? Why not a Lapis? Why not another pearl? Bubbles so fast, so it's all sense of time. Being trapped in a mirror, waiting in a garden for 6,000 years. I know. I knew someone was gonna bring that up, but I don't care. I don't care if the bubble time space only means that literally no seconds go by at all. Period. You locked me away from everything. The world in universe as I know it has changed drastically since 6,000 years went by, and it's all because somebody thought it'd be a good idea to disguise themselves as an entire race of people, a group of people, and now they have to suffer because that person thought it'd be a good idea to disguise themselves as one of them. That's another reason why I wanted Pink just to rebel as herself as Pink. I know the whole deal with, hey, since she's a diamond, they'll just follow her authority to fight back, but you're acting like they have no conscience to try to go against their programming at all. When it's showcased time and time again that they clearly do, they just need to have proper wording and actual specific circumstances to understand, yes, we can go against this, especially if my diamond, this person I'm supposed to be following to death, is also saying it's okay to run. It's like, I don't see how that's contradictory in any way. Don't read spoilers. Well, I cannot not read spoilers since as I'm reading something, it's impossible to stop myself from reading something where I don't know what the rest of it is saying. So if you're trying to tell me not to read anything that revolves around like an MLP related topic, I'll see if I can stop myself. But just so you know, we humans, we can look at words like for a split second and automatically read it instantaneously in our head without trying. So I can't help with that. Yeah, people have a like-hate relationship with Amethyst sometimes. Another punishment trick. I listen to Under Pressure, but it actually Ice Baby. Pink Diamond versus the Condits. The Condits. Because White Diamond has not showcased any feats above being big. Being big and being able to take control of other gem beings. And since the Condit is not a gem being, it's kind of like the Rejuvenator all over again. Basically, the main power of White Diamond is pointless. Pointless entirely. Due to White Diamond only being able to affect her own kind. So the Condit, all she has to do is find the gem world that she's on, throw a planet at it, and win. Done. That's exactly the thing. There's no reason to defend Pink Diamond because all she had to do was just say go back to homeworld and that's it. None of this would be occurring right now. And even if it did occur, it would occur on better circumstances. Based on Rebecca Sugar's brother and Spinel was based on her toy rabbit. She lost basically the movie as Rebecca's brother playing with the toys. No gem ever. Too bad Pink Diamond did. Fine. Any use for like leaving her alone. For how long? I love Pink Diamond. She's so mean. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. When you first get introduced to Rose Quartz, you think like, oh my god, this is like the perfect character. And then you start to see, maybe she's not all that perfect. Okay, now she's definitely not perfect. Okay, perfect is like the opposite of what she is. Like the distinct opposite of what perfect should be. And that's really bad. Oh man, how do you go above not being a horrible person? Beat them with GER and sent them into an infinite death loop. iPad. Catcher versus Vriska. Another punishment for him to watch no, those on loop forever. No. Versus the tallest. Diamonds actually have a chance of winning against the tallest, actually. See, are you going to finish the new MLP Turnabout fan animation? Hell yeah, I am. It just needs to finish. Put them against one of their greatest trapping technologists, the child. Alright, punishment turn. Meme and happy. Just like the meme review. Very funny yet sad joke. Pink Diamond. Yeah, milk treatment. Yeah. Spinel would still be a villain if she returned to Homeworld after hearing about more events. No. That's misinterpreting exactly what her actions were all about. Remember everything that she said in her song. Who am I? Who am I? Don't you? What are you even saying? I'm the loser of the game you didn't even know you were playing. Let's play another game. This time I get to win. Lives on the line. Winner take all. Ready or not, let's begin. Her entire motivation is solely dictated on the fact that Pink Diamond treated her as a toy and made her sit there as a game. And to her, still in line with what she is, wanting to be a friend and being the best friend she could be, she broke the rules of the game and lost. She moved. Went down there, and wanted to play a new game. This time she gets to win. She didn't say now I can win. Now I will win. Now I get to win. Meaning that this is still, you can beat me at this. But this time, it's fair. This time we both have an equal opportunity to win this game. And this is what we're going to play. If Pink Diamond brought her back to Homeworld, told her to her face that I don't want you with me on Homeworld. I'm done with this whole friendship stick. You're cramping my style. I'm done with you. She would be hurt, but she'd understand that Pink never liked her at that point. But it took her 6,000 years to finally get the news that Pink Diamond never cared about her. So yeah, psychological torment like that really hurts. So that's what I mean. And again, it's highly plausible that what you say is completely true and everything will still happen on your record as well. But that's my view on Spinel. Shut down the stream. Your stream. How do I live without you? There you go. There you go, Junior. That's helping. Again, more reasons. Other things that... more reasons. That's to say Pink Diamond had way better options to do to Spinel than just saying, wait here. Don't come back. Wait here. Don't move. I'm coming back, maybe. Not even saying maybe. Give her a guarantee that she's coming back. Think ever animate Starlight and the great and powerful Trixie... maybe. Just make the game like... Pink could have just been upfront with her, or brought her with her and deal with the fact she's not with her. I don't see any of these things being any different from any other thing that she could probably do to be a better character. Favorite fusion gem? My favorite fusion... Steg. That's it, Steg. You can't talk down on me on Steg. Steg is best fusion. I don't care what anyone says. And she relates. You're gonna sleep, but Spinel never even... got to do that. Yeah, gems have shown that they can sleep. What a Pink Pie equals Spinel. Oh shoot. Stream. Stream. Rebecca Sugar sure is traumatized about losing her favorite toy. I'm Garden Sheep. Sorry, yep. Character. Well, I'm going. Yeah, unlike Rebecca Sugar, at least she showcased that she cared about her toy. Unlike Pink, who showcased that she did not care at all. So yeah, Rebecca Sugar, a better Pink Diamond. Well, I'm going to leave. Just cookie brownie tonight. Next time, Steg is almost as sexy as Dio. Almost, but not quite. Yeah, this stream isn't going on for 2 hours. I think I've... Here, me. Since the stream is going on for 2 hours, I think it's about time we end things off. I have no clue if we're going to be doing another stream tomorrow. If we're going to be doing another stream tomorrow with Goat and Tyler and them. Maybe, hopefully. I'll do my best. But I pretty much talked about everything that I need to talk about when it comes to Sasuke vs. Hiei. Unless more people are going to come after I put like a title about how I'm actually going to be talking about that on the line. Also, I really need to talk to my managers, see if I can do the whole upload the video with the boards thing, because that's what I really want to do for you guys. So, yeah. I know, it usually happens, but we'll have another one later. So, yeah. Hopefully down the line, if you don't... Okay, how about this? unlike what Pink can do with Spinel, I'm actually going to give you guys a proper way of doing things. If you don't see the video where you have Sasuke vs. Hiei with my boards next to it by October 7th, then I don't think I'm going to be able to post it out. There you go. Instead of saying, I'm going to do it, and then you never see it, I'm not that guy. So, yeah. It would be nice if we did talk to Pink Diamond. Would be great if we did talk to him. But since we can't, we gotta pass judgment on what we got so far, and right now, that can't change. So let's go. See you guys later.